Hello, welcome to Obox.
In the previous tutorial, we have tackled about the register and forget password logic. Moving on, in the login page, once user is successfully logged on, display the home page. To navigate to a different page, import the navigation controller in the constructor. After sign in with email and password, check if it's valid using the UID. If valid, navigate to the home page. Else, issue an error message. In the home page, let's edit the title and add a button in the toolbar. Remove the default contents of Ion content. Add the click event of the button. Create the method add to list. Now, declare a global array that will hold the data entered by the user. When the button add is clicked, display an alert controller. Import the alert controller in the constructor. Create the controller inside the method. The alert controller will have the message, the inputs, and the buttons. For the message, type in create new list. For the inputs, allow user to input a title and a description. For the buttons, create a cancel and an add button. Show the alert pop-up using the method present. Now when the add button is clicked, an alert input pop-up is displayed where user can enter the title and the description of a grocery list. Let's now add the handler for the add button. Push the entered data to the global array G list. Display the data in the screen. We'll use the Ion grid elements and an Ion card. In order to loop through the array, we will use Angular's ng4. Let's display the title and the description. Now let's test our application. Add another list. Now when the user clicks on the Ion card, we'll create a new page called Details, where the user can enter the items of the selected list. Go to your terminal and create the page. The Details page has been created. In the Ion card, add a click event. Type in the method go to Details, passing on the list data. The list data will be displayed on the next page. Create the method in the Home TS. Navigate to the Details page using the nav controller. Declare the nav controller in the constructor method. The nav controller is from the Ionic Angular library. Now call the nav controller's navigate forward method. Passing the name of the page, Details. Add a sample list again. Click on the Ion card. The user is now routed to the Details page. In order to pass the data from the homage page to the Details page, create a data service. Go to your terminal and type in Ionic G service. Create the folder services, and let's call the service data. Now we have the data service under a folder called services. In the data service, we'll declare the global variables which will be used within our application across different pages. Let's now create an export type called grocery data, with fields titled, description, and an array called items. Inside the class, let's declare a global variable list as an array of type grocery data. Let's also create a global index variable. In the home page, we'll now use the data service that was created. Import the data service in the constructor method as public. Also, import the grocery data from the data service. Replace the class global list array with the list from the data service. The data service is imported as public so that it can be used in the HTML. In the method add-to-list-array, use the data service. First, declare a structure of type grocery data. Pass the title entered by the user. Do the same for the description. For the items, pass an empty array for now. Append the local structure to the data service using push. In the Go to Details method, before navigating to the next page, pass the data entered to the user. We will use the data service global index to determine which row in the array that was clicked by the user. Do a for loop. If the list title matches to the import data title, break or exit from loop. Otherwise, continue to increment the index. Click on Save. In the Details page, import the data service as public. Import the type grocery data as well. Create a class global data of type grocery data. Initialize the fields. Inside the constructor method, pass the data from the data service to the created global G-data using the selected index by the user. Now, display the tile and the description in the Details page. Use the Angular's curly brackets to display the data. Add a back button. Click on Save. Now let's test it. Click on Add button. When the user clicks on the Ion card, it will now navigate to the Details page where the title and description are also displayed. By the way, we have added some styling in the home page. Stay tuned for the next part of our tutorial.